Have you ever wondered how our current fashion trends came to be? How did clothing evolve from basic necessity to an expression of personal identity? From the dawn of time, when the first humans roamed the earth, clothing has been an essential part of our lives. Initially, it served a purely functional purpose, to shield us from the harsh elements and protect our bodies. But as societies began to form and develop, so too did the concept of clothing. It moved beyond its basic purpose and began to reflect societal roles and personal wealth. In ancient civilizations like that of the Indus Valley, where cotton was cultivated as early as 2500 BCE, clothing was a marker of status and identity. Men and women adorned themselves with jewelry crafted from gold, silver, copper, and gemstones. The manner in which the cloth was worn, the size and the style differed between the wealthy and the poor, providing a glimpse into the social hierarchy of the time. Join us as we unravel the threads of history and explore the evolution of fashion from the ancient times to the present day. Let's take a step back, way back, to the ancient times when clothing was more about survival than style. Picture an era around 2500 years before the Common Era, in the heart of the Indus Valley civilization. Here, folks discovered the art of cultivating cotton and transforming it into clothing. Imagine the simplicity of the garments back then. The men, donned in long cloths wrapped around their waists, and the women, adorned in scanty skirts. These were the days when the focus was on function, a time when the primary purpose of clothing was protection from the elements and modesty. Jewelry was the main form of adornment, with both men and women embellishing themselves with pieces made from gold, silver, copper, and gemstones. It was a time when the beauty of the individual was accentuated with intricate accessories rather than elaborate outfits. As we journey through history, we'll see how this focus on function starts to shift. As we move forward in time, we'll see how clothing begins to take on a whole new role in society. As societies evolved, so did their clothing. The Middle Ages marked a turning point in the history of fashion. It was during this era that clothing began to reflect not just protection from elements, but societal roles and personal wealth. The introduction of more complex garments and accessories became the norm. Kings and queens dazzled in ornate robes made from expensive fabrics like silk and velvet, adorned with precious gems. Nobles flaunted their status through intricate designs, while the common folk wore simpler attire made from less expensive materials. But it wasn't just about the fabric. The way the garments were worn also signaled class and status. Intricate folds, layers, and the length of a gown or a robe could speak volumes about the wearer's social standing. Accessories too played a significant role. Brooches, belts, and hats were more than just decorative. They were indicative of one's rank and wealth. Even the colors people wore were symbolic, with bright hues reserved for the wealthy, while the less affluent wore earthy tones. This period was a time of exploration and experimentation in fashion, leading to the birth of style as we know it today. The Middle Ages set the stage for the fashion revolution that was to come. Fast forward to the modern era, where clothing has become a platform for self-expression and personal identity. In this age of digital connectivity and global influence, our wardrobes have evolved into curated collections, reflections of who we are and what we believe in. Fashion in this context is more than just clothing. It's a social phenomenon, a visual language that speaks volumes about our identities, our values, and our aspirations. Today's trends are influenced by a myriad of factors, from technological advancements to cultural shifts. The rise of sustainable fashion, for instance, mirrors our growing concern for the environment. The resurgence of vintage styles, on the other hand, reveals a longing for the past, a desire to reclaim and reinterpret history through our attire. Individual creativity also plays a vital role in shaping the fashion landscape. Designers, influencers, and everyday trendsetters alike use clothing as a canvas, experimenting with colors, textures, and silhouettes to create looks that are uniquely their own. The importance of fashion in today's society cannot be overstated. It's how we communicate without words, how we project our inner selves onto the world. From basic necessity to personal identity, the journey of clothing through the ages is a fascinating one. So, how did we get from simple cloth wraps to the diverse array of styles we see today? Style has always been a mirror, reflecting the times and cultures it arises from. Our journey started with the functional, where clothing was about protection and modesty. The ancient Indus Valley civilization cultivated cotton as early as 2500 BCE, fashioning simple wraps for both men and women. As societies evolved, so did the meaning of clothing. It became about status and identity, from the single cloths of the Vedic period that differed in size and manner of wearing between the wealthy and the poor, to the elaborate headdresses of the pre-Mauryan era. With time, fashion became a powerful form of self-expression. The diversity we see today is a testament to the myriad of cultures, ideas, and individualities that exist in our world. It's a vibrant tapestry woven with threads of history, innovation, and creativity. From the streets of Paris to the markets of Delhi, style varies, yet it unites us in a shared human experience. Next time you pick out an outfit, remember that you're not just choosing a look, but participating in a rich historical tradition.